Hello everyone and welcome to Daily Game Review number 30. We are at number 30, guys. We have done 30 daily game reviews, and that is so cool. That's pretty much a month worth of daily game reviews right here. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for supporting, and hope you guys have been enjoying this series because we have been doing this for practically a month now. Alright, for today's game, we have Tromm 6Q versus Victor 5Q. So here in this game, we will see a 6Q versus a 5Q, and we are getting to that middle single-digit Q barrier, and we'll see what these guys need to work on. Should be quite an entertaining game. I believe Tromm has actually submitted several games in this series, so maybe you can go back and look at those videos and see and compare it to these, see if he's worked on or improved since then. However, we will see how this goes. So starting out, Tromm will be playing black and play the is this mini Chinese or micro Chinese? I think this is mini Chinese, right? Mini Chinese opening. I think the micro is at M3. I forget. I'm terrible with the names, guys. So we play a mini Chinese opening, a very common opening, and then black plays here. Sometimes you want to put more pressure on, or you normally want to just do this to give emphasis on the corner. This move I'm not a big fan of because white can still invade the 3-3, and white can put still do a 2-space, and the pressure is not as big as if it was at R12. So maybe if you want to be secure, just play R14. If you want to be more severe, play R12. But R13 is kind of the in-between, and normally we don't like those in-between moves. But anyway, it's a little thing. It's a little thing. Alright, here he has a question. Here I wonder if I must respond in the corner because the 2-space distance may be not necessary, but I did. He played here. This is perfectly fine. It's actually quite solid. However, we will note that there is a lot of Aji in here. So I think most players in this opening will play this move to develop a position. Since there's Aji in there anyway, you're fine if white invades. You'll just attack it, take profit. So normally a shoulder hit here is more common. And then there's several variations like here and here. And while I don't want to take this video to go into a bunch of opening theory, most of the time, if you want to learn an opening, you have to study professional games and study all the variations that you see. Normally, what you see in games are usually going to be the best both players can get at that time until someone develops a new plan. And new openings are constantly being developed, so if you really want to learn this opening, then review professional games with this opening to see how they followed up. However, this move at this level is perfectly fine. Once you get a bit stronger, this move may seem a bit slack. I know some professional players think this move's a little bit slack due to all the Aji inside of it. However, this move should be fine at this level. It's nice, solid, easy to deal with. White now playing this move. I know many people know this, but I'm much more of a fan of this move than this move due to the 3-3. So, but this move can't be too terrible, right? I don't like it. I don't like it, guys. Alright, so black playing the next big move over here and getting into the side, perfectly fine. White will play here, and black plays 3-3, a common Joseki, and black plays here instead of playing the Hane. I'm not sure why I didn't play the Hane. Seems fine to play the Hane. And we can see this type of result, and white will get influence. Black will get a very large corner, actually. It's about 10-point corner. White gets a lot of influence, and then black can come up here to kind of deal with the influence. However, this 3-3 will be quite annoying. So black kind of owes a move here and here now. But anyway, that's a result we can expect. But black sort of played here. Maybe he doesn't want to kill the more Aji on this stone, but he will lose some points in the corner when he does so. White playing here and trying to get the seal here. This does not work. You want to jump back, let white defend here, and then Tanuki. White will get the influence. However, you still have points in the corner, and you really want Sente. Sente here is very large, very big. This is kind of strange, and it doesn't quite work. Actually, white can cut you apart immediately, which white does in the game, and white kills the corner. This is huge for white, so this is much better for white than it is for black. So black lost the corner. However, there is still some Aji, but I don't think there's enough to live. Now black builds the top side. Probably reasonable considering he has to make up for that corner, and he needs to deal with the Moyo. White now coming in. Remember how I said it's easy to invade? Well, here's a prime example of that. Black deciding to take the influence instead of the corner territory. Reasonable. Normally you want to defend like this, and this would be a common Joseki right here. Well, I say common Joseki. Maybe not this. Maybe not this. Something like this along these lines, just something to live, right? Something to live, and it should be perfectly fine for white to live in there, and black will get the influence, and then maybe black can play a shoulder hit like so, and develop this center area. However, that's what black decided when he went here, is he wants the influence. If he wants the corner territory, he goes here. If he wants the influence, he goes here. So he said he wanted the influence, so I'm trying to make that work. But here, it looks like he's getting a little bit greedy and trying to kill everything, but this will not work. White will be able to get out and live on the side, and this is actually worse than if he had just defended the corner from the start. If he had just gone here and white goes here, the corner is actually larger and white is less alive, meaning black can still get some forcing moves on this group. Perhaps white will go here and then go here or something. Or here, not, maybe that's too much. So here, white actually doesn't have much of a base, and black can start attacking it later, and black has a much larger corner than in the game. Here in the game, white has much better eye shape, and black's corner is much smaller, so you can see black made a mistake and lost several points in this area. Once white's already alive, well, I guess this is a base. Okay, so that's fine, I guess. Now white trying to do something to black. I don't know what white's doing here. I don't see a point to this. Black actually should take the tiger's mouth. Remember, taking the tiger's mouth guy is usually a good vital point. And then black can actually kill this group, it looks like. Yeah, I think this actually dies. So that would be quite nice if this dies. Anyway, quite possible. White now coming up here, and black putting pressure over here. Yeah, I think both players are starting to lose track of what's really important. I don't know why black's playing over here. If he wants to attack this group, I probably want to get one more jump here to make sure these two stones can't do too much damage in this area. So another jump here to reinforce and then to nuke would be quite nice. If you keep going, you have to think, what am I going to gain? You're getting some influence, so maybe you want to use this influence to invade or something. But remember, you really want to get to this area for now. And this area is quite big, and black still has a chance in this game if he can get to this move. So it's a kind of a fight to get Sente right now. Black now capping these two stones in order to put pressure here. White getting some forcing moves here. I think it's worth it to go here first and then make that exchange just so white doesn't get S18. But that's a local thing. So white now coming in, I would go. I don't think I mind just going in on the third line. White, however, playing the fourth line. Maybe he wants some influence. And black probably will take the 3-3 or try and split white. I think there's some Tesujis here that black can try actually. That would be quite nice to see. So anyway, black chooses to jump out. Perfectly fine, I guess. And white goes here. I think you want to go ahead and exchange this first, then this, and then get some shape here to make sure you're alive and white doesn't get a base. And now you can see white is actually floating in the center a little bit. But anyway, black chooses to go like this, and white will get to defend the corner, but black will make some shape locally. White now defends the corner, and black will get this move is a little too much because black will get the surround on this white group here. Actually, black chose to just connect. A reasonable idea, but let's see how it plays out. Yep, so white can still cut. Black will be able to connect under, however the outside stones are cut, and black must play this bamboo joint. Instead, black jumps like this. This is actually not good because white will be able to take the vital point here, forcing black to defend with an empty triangle here, and then taking the tiger's mouth, black has to defend, and white will get the surround on this black group, and now this black group is in a lot of trouble. However, white chooses to play here, so the bamboo joint, guys, is really, really good for connecting and really good connection shape and a lot of liberty. So the bamboo joint's usually good. Don't be afraid to play it, even if it looks a little bit slow, unless you're going to die, of course. However, white chooses to jump this way, and black will live inside of here perfectly fine, because I think black's a little bit weaker than white, so getting some eye shape and getting some stuff is really good. White overplays here because black can easily just cut through here, which he does, and now white has two weak groups. Black going to try and kill white in the corner, or kill white on the side. White will live in the corner, and this move not helping the life in the corner. Definitely not helping the life in the corner. White instead should play something along these lines and make life in the corner. For black, I think you could have played this way instead. Even if white tries to come back, you can simply play like this, and you can see white actually is not completely live on the side. Even if white can find some type of living shape, it may not be enough for him. Because after you play this, black will get the jump up move and get a severe attack on this group. After gaining thickness here, he can attack the right, and it's going to be quite good for black. But black chose to try and kill the outside, so that's black's decision, and white should live. However, white tries to get greedy here and tries to get this exchange, but this exchange might actually help kill him. Now white definitely being greedy and trying to get here. But white is probably going to die. Black needs this Atari first, and then take the vital point here, and let's see how the liberties look. White goes here, and black goes here. This could be an easy co, like so. Or white can go here, I guess. Okay, so liberties don't look good for black. Don't look good for black. What about something here? But white will get this. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It does look like it's 4 to 4, but I think black should have some extra liberties here, and then white should die. Anyway, definitely worth reading out and considering, guys. I definitely want to read this out. So that means you definitely want to take your time here. However, the tigers, normally you really want that Atari. If black dies, then yeah, definitely should have got it. However, if white simply plays like this, maybe, yeah, it looks like black's going to die. Black simply dies. That's unfortunate. So black actually died quite a bit here. So this is a bunch of life and death. Remember, guys, this is the definition of life and death. That this is a life and death problem. So remember, you want to take your time to read this out. Apply your life and death knowledge to this position. You do life and death problems specifically for these types of cases, so that way you can read it out accurately and see what the result is and find the best move in order to solve the problem in games. That is the point of doing life and death problems. So it looks like black either didn't read this out correctly or didn't take enough time to read this out. So I don't really see their clock time, so I don't know how much time each player is taking on their moves. But definitely a lot of reading errors in that corner on both sides. So some life and death stuff here. And there was also some reading errors up here, but white kind of played well up here. So both players do need to up their life and death a little bit. Black more so than white. However, white actually does not have many points besides that bottom right corner. So we'll see how the rest of the game proceeds. It looks like black needs to up his life and death. Also up his combinations a little bit. So study more pro games and do life and death problems. It looks like will be beneficial for black. Probably get some experience playing stronger players may also be helpful. Maybe getting teaching game once or twice a week. And as for white, probably the same thing, but white really needs to focus on those combinations. White doesn't really have any combinations on the board. So both players definitely need to review pro games a lot more than they're doing and get some life and death problems. And here, a lot of bad shapes in the center, so you gotta up those shapes. Black trying to play here, and yeah, I think both players probably need some teaching games against stronger players just to get a feel for how to deal with a higher level thinking, or how to start thinking on a higher level in order to push their games further. Because right now it looks like maybe they only play their own level, and that's fine. You need to practice your own level, but maybe getting some practice against some stronger level players will help you push your game further in order to get new ideas, push your thinking to think more than just at a 5Q or 6Q level, but rather start thinking at that 3 or 2Q level and start pushing it even further. So I think getting some teaching games a couple times a week will be beneficial. Make sure they're even games, guys, because handicap games are to help your attack and defense, sure, but your opponent's going to have to overplay several times, and in order to try and catch up with you. So maybe I would say if you want to do handicap, don't do any more than 3 stones. That way your opponent will still have a chance to make a position. You can see how they make a position and how they attack you and punish your mistakes. But normally, even games with reverse Comey will be a little bit more beneficial at this level, so that way you can learn how they make their combinations, how they play quickly, and how they attack your groups. And then study them, guys. Make sure you review it and study it later, so that way you can see how they dealt with your level moves, how they dealt with your level play, and how they beat you, and then see if you can apply some of their strategies in your own games. So review pro games, keep doing life and death, and do some more life and death, and maybe get a couple teaching games each week, and that should help both of these players out at this level. All right, so I think that's the gist of the game. And the result is white plus resignation. It looks like black just doesn't have enough points. The left side got cut off as well. So yeah, black got to work on that life and death, because it looks like the left side, the top left, and the bottom right was all life and death problems, and I think that's the only reason white won, was because black didn't have good life and death. So I think black really got to work on your life and death and your reading and applying that life and death in the game. That doesn't mean just do life and death problems. It means do life and death problems, and during the game, read out the result before you play a move. Slow down, think, read it out. All right, and for white, you got to work on your combinations. Your combinations need to be a little bit better. All right, hope you guys enjoyed that review. Hopefully it was helpful. And remember, if you would like to submit your own game for a chance to get it reviewed, please see the link in the description below. But yeah, that is it for Daily Game Review number 30, our 30th game review. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for supporting this series, and I will see you guys next time. Until then, bye-bye.